There's a nonprofit on the outskirts of Sioux Falls that has been helping young boys for over 70 years. In tonight's Eye on Keloland, Summer Roddershot tells us about the history of the organization and the improvements it's added.
In the late 1940s, at age 79, Melinda Bell McCrossan had an idea for a special organization.
She wanted to make sure that she left a legacy. Having no kids of her own, she loved kids. She had seen what they were doing down at Boys Town and had met Father Flanagan. And so she got the idea of doing a Boys Town here in Sioux Falls for the Dakotas.
That was how she started McCrossan Boys Ranch 7 years later at the age of 86.
She only lived a year to see the fruits of her labor. And so she's seen the first 5 boys get admitted to McCrossan Boys Ranch before she passed away.
But her legacy only grew from there, as there are over 50 boys the nonprofit is currently working with.
The majority of our kids here come through the Department of Social Services. And so a lot of people don't understand that these kids come here for no reason of their own. Many of those kids have been abused, abandoned, or neglected. And so they are here because they just don't have a support system outside of McCrossan Boys Ranch.
Many people are familiar with the equine therapy at McCrossan, but the nonprofit does a lot more than just that.
We operate a middle school and a high school, and I was looking at the reading levels that our brand new boys were coming in at, and some of them were coming in at the 2nd and 3rd and 4th grade level, and they should be at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level.
And all the staff understand the weight of their influence in these young men's lives.
You never know when you're going to say something to a kid that is going to make all the difference.
But it's not only the boys at McCrossan who are affected by what goes on there. Roberta Rude first started at McCrossan Boys Ranch in 2012.
It's very rewarding working here. Seeing that confidence come out of students and getting to see them get to know who they are and feel like I helped with that. I was a positive adult in their world when so many of them come here and lack that.
She was teaching here before McCrossan had a major expansion.
It's the biggest investment that we have made in campus history. We opened up a new science lab, an art room with space to create, a conference room, a front desk so it feels like a real school.
Now we have this bright, beautiful space, large windows with lots of light, storage, room for the kids to spread out. And art can take up a lot of room. They need their elbow space. So now they're in a room where they can spread out and not be just so confined.
Which has also helped the students' studies.
They can concentrate on what's going on right in front of them instead of having to constantly excuse me. They just have a better atmosphere for learning.
But there's also been expansion outside the school. The new track was finished in November of last year.
We wanted our boys to feel like we had all the same things as a real comprehensive school. Just because they're sent to McCrossan Boys Ranch doesn't mean they shouldn't have the same school experience as every other kid in the state. And that is why we made the school and our track the way we did.
14-year-old Willow is just one of the boys who uses the new track. This addition also helped Willow achieve one of his favorite memories while being at McCrossan Boys Ranch.
Probably going to state check.
Whether it's with a horse, in the classroom, or running laps around track, McCrossan Boys Ranch is making a difference in lives across Keloland.
I think that's the common denominator between all of the boys that are here, is that they need to find some kind of hope. Without it, there's nothing. And so if we can give those kids hope to have a new family, hope to graduate school, hope that someday I'm going to live a normal life. That is one of the most powerful things you can do for these kids, is to give them that hope.
It changed my personality and how I used to think. It's now I used to think just to do drugs and stuff, but now I think I'm a better person. Not to do drugs anymore.
With Eye on Keloland, I'm Summer Roddershot.
While McCrossan Boys Ranch is helping more than 50 boys right now, they have room for up to 72.